Should you invest in silver? Is it actually better than gold as an investment? If you want to know more, watch this video to find out. Welcome back to another video with Mind Money Masters. Thank you so much for watching. Yesterday I posted a video on gold investing, and I want to do a follow-up video for silver, just to stay on the precious metal investing train. So please remember to subscribe to my channel, turn on those notifications. Also, please comment on the video with, with anything that you liked, what you would like me to talk more about. Today we're actually going to go into investing in silver, and I'm going to talk about why you would want to, different ways to invest, some pros and cons, and of course I'll give you my final take at the end of this video. As always, nothing in this video is meant to be any type of investment advice. These videos are simply for informational purposes only, as I am not a licensed advisor. So please consult with your professional advisor before making any investment decisions. I'm sure you've heard of J.P. Morgan. He started a small investment company back in the late 19th century. I'm kidding, obviously, but regardless, he said this about gold and silver, that gold and silver are money. Everything else is credit. What do you think about that? I mean, I feel like it definitely makes sense considering how the U.S. economy and the U.S. currency is basically based purely upon debt. It's just interesting to think about. So let's delve in. Why would you invest in silver? Silver so often hides in the shadow of gold as an investment vehicle. Now, there are reasons why some people prefer to invest in silver, but for many people, those reasons are typically overshadowed by the disadvantages. With any paper or digital assets, there's always a chance that someone can default and you could lose what you thought was an asset. With gold and silver in your possession, you don't really need to worry about that possibility because it's a physical, tangible asset. Your assets are sitting in your safe or your bank safety deposit box. So just like with gold, silver is seen as a safe place to put your money during times of unrest and financial crisis. Silver is also used in industry, so there is a constant demand for this metal. Unlike gold, is not necessarily used in industry as much as silver. You will be surprised to know that actually only 11% of silver holdings are for investment purposes. There's 33% used for jewelry manufacture, and actually over 50% is used for industrial uses. The benefit that brings this is that in an economy that is on the upswing, there will be an increasing demand for silver, which boosts the price. So much of the industrial use for silver is in high-tech industries, basically solar power, battery power, electronics, smartphones. Just like gold, the price of silver can be volatile, and in recent bull markets and precious metals, the price of silver was significantly better than gold, actually. Now, there's different ways to invest in silver. With silver, there's really four main types of ways to invest in silver. The first one is to buy the metal itself by going to a bullion dealer or coin dealer. When buying silver this way, the VAT tax is added. Now that's payable in the UK, but in the USA there is no GST specifically. The only tax that you have to pay is the state sales tax, and that's only in some states. So be careful with this since there are many scam artists out there, basically what I talked about in the previous video with gold, a lot of scam artists. I do recommend a book to help you get started in investing. It's called The Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver, Protect Your Financial Future. I have a link for it in actually the description. So. The second method is to visit auction houses and bid on silver items that have no reserve. You can often pick up these items at less than value of the actual silver, so you can get a discount occasionally, and you can find real bargains. So it could be potentially a way to get silver at a vastly reduced cost. The third method is to invest in silver futures and options. This is in the commodities market. These contracts allow you to quote-unquote gamble on the price movement of silver. Now, I said gamble as this obviously can produce losses as well as profits. Should your focus go the wrong way. Investing in commodities is tricky, and there are some barriers to entry with this. Now, I would start with some basic education, of course. I recommend Commodities, 50 Things You Really Need to Know as a book, and I'll have that again in the description. Before you invest in silver, definitely learn, take as much education courses as you can. Keep in mind, this also does not necessarily entitle you to the physical silver commodity. This allows you just to participate in the investment gains or losses associated with the silver market. Fourth and final method are ETFs, exchange traded funds in the stock exchange. Now, one of the most common one is SLV. It's the Silver Trust. It is an ETF that you can trade in the stock exchange. A silver ETF will track the price of silver as an index, and in terms of liquidity and getting out of a trade quickly, you can actually move in and out of this ETF and trade it like a stock. So there is a definite value in being able to get out of it quickly if you needed to. Now, here's kind of the pros and cons. So there's really the question of, should you invest in silver? We talked about why people typically do, but why should you invest or shouldn't invest in silver? Investing in silver is investing in a volatile commodity. If your portfolio is heavily reliant on silver, there may be some difficulties in the value of having that in your entire portfolio because it could be influenced in some way. Silver, like gold, has its place in the portfolio, but again, no more than 20% of your total investment, and most people would say 10%. Now, some of the pros are in some situations, silver can offer some degree of protection from market disturbances. Silver can also be affected by the market, but will never completely crash, as in it's because of the physical commodity of silver. It is cheaper and more versatile than gold. Now, some cons: it may not be as liquid as you would like if you do need cash fast, especially if you have the physical commodity. The risk of burglary and higher insurance premiums if you hold the physical commodity may be higher. Does not match real estate in terms of the return on investment. I haven't really talked much about real estate investing yet. I'm going to get into that here in some future videos, but it does not necessarily match from returns perspective as if you had a real estate portfolio of small apartments or homes to rent. So again, my final take, whether you should or should invest in silver really depends on your appetite for risk. It can be more volatile than gold. We already mentioned that. So if you prefer to avoid risk, stick to gold over silver. But however, I will tell you, silver is like money in your pocket. You're not relying on someone honoring a promise that they have made. It is real. It is tangible, which is actually really appealing since stocks and currencies are just digital. Silver is portable and private. You can take it anywhere. It contains value. You can move to another country, take it with you. You cannot lose it to hackers. And since silver is only 1/65th of the price of gold, it offers the same, or at least similar benefits from within the precious metal category. It's kind of nice, less cost. Industrial use is growing, and there is definitely a value with that, considering it's not just a precious metal. 50% of it is used for industry. Silver has many, many reasons why it should make up a part of your portfolio. All in all, I would say investing in silver and other precious metals can be used as a risk protection in general against the other three asset classes. So if you invest in commodities, silver, gold, natural resources, you have different markets and different risk exposure than you would have in like paper assets or real estate. I talk a lot about the asset classes because I think it's important to have all four asset classes for your true financial success. So paper assets and commodities have a relatively small barrier to entry, considering if you compare it to like real estate or owning your own business. But furthermore, real estate can be easy to get into if you have the right mentor and the right education. I would say by far the best tax advantages and unlimited growth is in having your own business. Now, if you want to start your own business and don't know how, you can start your own business for as little as 30 to 60 minutes a day, I would say. Obviously, you'd grow faster if you dedicated more time to that, but true financial freedom comes from being in business for yourself. I can't stress that enough. I will have a link in my description for the same program that I actually use to build a digital business from the ground up. Please take a look at that. It's only about a 10-minute video. So also, please remember to subscribe to my channel, turn on those notifications so you can see whenever I post a new video, and also please comment on what you liked in this video and what else you would like me to discuss. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers to your success and happy trading.